Yo, Surreal Talk Radio, your man, Calico the Surrealist on WPRK 91.5 FM, Winter Park. We kicking it after dark with our special guest in the building. Hey, right now I got my comedy co-host in here rocking with me tonight. Introduce y'all to him. I got my man, comedian Minnie in this thing. What's going on, brother?
What it do? You got to remember, my name is Bizzy Bone from now on.
Minnie Bone.
You know what I'm saying? Every time we got one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony members, you got to call me by my rightful name.
Minnie Bone, yeah, that's right. Flesh and Bone, he certified you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, listen, man, we're going to get straight to it, man. We got a hot show lined up tonight. We're going to kick things off with my surreal topic of the day. We got music from around the way. We got our throwback track and my favorite part of the show, the pump it or dump it. That's where y'all get to call in and let us know if the track we playing is hot or not. All right? But now, man, without any further ado, my special guest chilling with us tonight, man. This brother right here is arguably the most popular member of one of the greatest groups of all times, man. We got the Grammy Award-winning legendary Bone Thugs and Harmony, and we got Bizzy Bone on the line, brother. You there?
Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we doing,
yes, sir.
We doing great, man. Hey, man, first and foremost, man, we want to thank you so much for doing the show, man, helping us grow and all of that, man. And you ready to get to it?
Always ready, man. Let's get into it.
Always ready. I love it, man. All right, cool. We're going to kick it off with my surreal topic of the day. My topic tonight is black sheep of the family. Let's talk about black sheep of the family.
Ooh-wee. I'm definitely the black sheep of my family. I got a tattoo with a black sheep on it, just in case people forgot.
I felt like we all could relate to this. So I want to ask you first and foremost, Bizzy, man, do you feel like you are the black sheep in the Bone Thug family?
I don't know, man. You know, I kind of like, Stack did like 10 years in jail. And, Flesh and Bone kind of felt that way because of the fifth dog statement. I think each one of us at certain given times have felt like that, so I don't feel like that every day or ultimately as the ultimate answer. But I think at times it can look like that. But how I feel is just a little different because, we a 90s crew, we come from, back in the days where the Hollywood stuff and none of it really mattered. Only thing was really family. So our mindset just a little bit different. But I mean, for all music purposes, though, I could see how that might seem that way, though. It might seem that way to people, though, for sure. I don't know about how I feel personally, but it's not super off basis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I could definitely dig it, man. All right, so you the youngest member in Bone Thugs and Harmony. Have you ever felt like you was treated as the little brother?
Heck yeah. Yeah, man. Heck yeah, because I am the youngest member. So, earlier on, man, it was that big brother protection. It was, all of those different things, you know what I mean, where, if somebody popping off at the mouth, you can always go get Big Bro in there. You know what I mean? And
sure.
So that was, it's pluses and it's a couple of minuses in it. But yeah, definitely, always. How they look at me, that's what they Wishbone, Mom, Sweet No. She's like, it's the baby in the She called me that till this day. She's been saying that to me for 35 years. Straight up. I kid you not. So yeah, definitely, it's definitely included.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, Bone Thugs, man. Y'all definitely family, man. We can see an open book family, man. What I was, kind of getting at with the question with this was do you ever feel like sometimes with you being the youngest that maybe what you bring to the table ain't respected enough?
I don't know about so much respected. You know what I mean? I think it's respected when it's successful.
Facts.
I think not listening to somebody when they, when they got a great idea and, right at that point, but there's always a respect level when it's something that's successful. For instance, me doing this solo journey and stuff and wanting us to put out new music. Everybody didn't agree with that. You know what I mean? It was no, let's go on the road. Let's get on the road. Let's stay on the road. Let's focus on that first. And then, so there was, and I'm like, no, we need to put out new music. It's something coming. I feel something coming. And this was a year and a half before COVID hit. And we had to get off the road for 2 years. And, so it was like I was trying to get into the streaming system and brand new records and YouTube and running it ourselves and, you know what I'm saying, really get more control over our brand. Because, like we feeding hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different families because of the things the holes that we may not be plugging up that we could. Small things over here we could be doing with merchandise. So, to wrap it up, it's just more of it. You feel like that sometimes, but then when it's successful and time proves that, dang, you was right, it's always respected. So it's like sometimes, you feel like it's not respected, but after it shows that like something come true like that and COVID hit and, just all these circumstances, then it's just like you get a respect amongst your brothers. So when they see you, they're like, dang, bro, you was right about that one.
I got you, bro, man. I love how honest you are being about the situation, man, for sure. So noticeably, when we look at all the members in the group, you are definitely noticeably different. In a certain capacity. I want to ask, man, what exactly is your nationality?
Well, wait a minute. You trying to call him light skinned? So you just did.
Well,
you just lightly called the man light skinned. I ain't gonna let you get away with that, Calico. Looking like who looking? You light skinned too. Don't get him twisted. I don't know if you seen him. The boy light skinned. Light calling light. I see light on light crime. But go ahead. My bad, Bizzy. Go ahead, answer. I apologize.
I'm good. Yeah, man. I'm like my mom's Italian.
My dad's
and my pops is a brother, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really trace my roots with my pops or nothing like that, but like I'm black and Italian basically.
There we go.
African American and Italian.
Yeah, so you and I, we one in the same in that category there. I want to ask you, man, have you ever felt like an outcast because of that?
Like when you grow up in the neighborhood and you grow up in the biddy like that, it's you the yellowest thing on the block. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. So everybody around you is getting different haircuts. You can't get the fade like them.
Man, listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you ain't even gotta say no more, man. I grew up the same exact way, dog.
And then in my era, Wesley was the man. New Jack was the man. Eddie Murphy was the man. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't show too much love to El DeBarge and them like that.
Oh Lord!
You know what
when they said we played out, they tried to say we played out, didn't they?
Nah.
They used to call Calico El DeBarge.
And like my mom, her husband, like he said some rest in peace to my mom up in heaven, but her husband said something to me or said something that my mom told me. She was like, in all of his years, he noticed that light-skinned people always feel like they have something more to prove, so they always go super hard for the cause. Thanks. I mean, they always go super duper duper hard for the cause. So sometimes, that could be a positive and that could be a negative because it might look like, we feel as though we need to compensate for something. So it happens. But I besides that, it was like, I really, could lay light skin with me. So, we the two light skinned guys out the group and then everybody, so it really wasn't super odd like that for me. You know what I'm saying? So I always had my partner with me,
Yeah, man, I relate to you on so many levels, man. I want to talk about this America's Most Wanted TV show. Back in the day, you were on the TV show. You a part of your past is you were abducted and abused at a very young age. And the question becomes, does this still affect you today?
No, that's true. I was definitely, what happened was, I was on this, they had this special about this kid, Adam Walsh, who had got kidnapped, right? And his father later became the spokesman for America's Most Wanted, tracked down a whole bunch of criminals, this, that, and the third. And we linked up, through Make-A-Wish Foundation and just talking and stuff and being an inspiration to kids across the world. His Bone took off and did their thing, whatnot. And so, that aired. But, as far as like I went to counseling when I was super duper young, and I still apply those same things that I learned in counseling
That's what's
till
up.
this day.
That's what's up.
No, yeah, for sure. Like, because it was so much. Because I've been in foster homes, all kind of stuff, right? So they got programs, you know what I'm saying, and they get grants and federal grants for money and stuff. So they make you go through the process. And I was one of them ones that actually was able to use counseling for some good. And I was, you encounter a lot of weirdos there too, which isn't really talked about. So they want you to like open up a little bit more, and then what happened, and goofy time, weird time, you know what I'm saying? And I because of the experiences that I had, I was able to spot weird a mile away. Oh, you're weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm able to like see it. So it's become more of a weapon than it has for anything else. Because when I'm in a situation, the moment I smell something weird, okay, I know, let's get on up out of here. Put your hand on your pistol, So, that it's helped me more than it's ever hurt me. So I don't really like sit back and have drinks and cry and all that nonsense and things of that nature, because it's been more of a protector and a shield of what, not to allow someone to do to me, my children, or anyone else's,
For sure, man. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for sharing that with us, man. That's definitely real, man. I got another segment I want to get in here, man. I'm gonna open up the hotlines, man, and anybody want to call in and talk about our topic, which is, being the black sheep of the family. I'm finna get ready to do this Pump It or Dump It segment where y'all get to call in and let us know how you feel about the track we about to play. Should we pump it? Should we dump it? Or if you want to call in and give a shout out to Bizzy Bone, please remember we on the radio, no profanity, and please keep it brief. So the name of this track, the name of the artist I'm about to play, his name is Bizzy Bone, and the name of the track is Acid Rain. So check this out right here on Surreal Talk Radio.
This right here's how I go up. I don't have no other way. I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm God's soldier, boy. I'm filled up with hella pain. My white robe and bloody stain. Overcame these demon games. Get out the way because I came with wisdom infused acid rain. I said this right here's how I go up. I don't have no other way. I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm God's soldier, boy. I'm filled up with hella pain. My white robe and bloody stain. Overcame these demon games. Get out the way because I came with wisdom infused acid rain. I am the rap god. Make a back off. Take a hat off just like a slap shot switch. There really ain't no backboard. I'm studying the game like flashcards. Now this is a crash course. Yeah, hip hop and genre, but I am the Coast Guard. So send it, boy, just like a postcard. I'm smashing you demons, the mesh shards, along with that little ass gold guard. Now the prophecy has been stone carved. Up in the river, I roll hard. Now down in the river, I sewed scars. Down in the divot, I shoot for part. They say I couldn't get it, but I shoot for Mars. I made a wish upon a shooting star. Now every single day I've been going hard. Right here's how I go up. I don't have no other way. I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm God's soldier, boy. I'm filled up with hella pain. My white robe and bloody stain. Overcame these demon games. Get out the way because I came with wisdom infused acid rain.
Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain.
Grease. I said I'm hotter than the aftershave. Legacy the letter 8. Fake rappers gon' pass away like Tom Hanks. I'm the castaway. Life took me through vast terrain. Pray and pray just to make a change. I'm living this life like day by day. When I'm fighting these demons up in my brain. Intellect spinning scattered ways. Refuse to live a life of a slave. It's gon' probably put me in a cage. And maybe down up in a grave. I refuse to go out that way. That's why I'm working Saturdays. So my family can eat lots of platter plates. And Sleepy can come back to the States. No other option, no other way. Yeah, everyone know that we rockin' that way. Ay. Got too many people that are counting on me. That's why I'm in the studio all day like I'm Dre. I'm out of my mind and I'm out of my brain. This right how I go up. I don't have no other way. I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm God's soldier, boy. I'm filled up with hella pain. My white robe and bloody stain. Overcame these demon games. Get out the way because I came with wisdom infused acid rain. This right here's how I go up. I don't have no other way. I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm God's soldier, boy. I'm filled up with hella pain. My white robe and bloody stain. Overcame these demon games. Get out the way because I came with wisdom infused acid rain.
Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain. Acid rain.
Yo, Surreal Talk Radio, your man, Calico the Surrealist. I got my man Mini Bone on my right hand side.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You call me Mini Bone, but I Bizzy ain't certified yet. Only Flesh certified. And now, Mr. Bizzy, okay. I would like to ask if I could have the permission to call myself Mini Bone from now on. With as polite as I can.
How you spell that? How you spell that? How's that spelled?
MINIBONE. Mini Bone, bone.
Oh, like a mini Mac. Yeah,
you
man, but you gotta add the Mac on it. You gotta add the mini Mac on it. It's gotta be Mini Mac. Yeah, but that's your AKA. You got Mini Bone is good, but you gotta have an AKA. I'm the little ripster. So you got AKA Mini Mac. Mini Mac King.
You heard Bizzy say it was legit.
I heard it, man. I heard the legend say it. All right, man. All right, well, Bizzy, man. The track we just played, Greasy Bone, the Acid Rain joint right there, man. What you think about that? Should we pump it? Should we dump it? Give us some critique on that.
Oh, man, I heard Be Real, man. I heard a lot of Be Real in that. I heard, I didn't really hear no auto-tune.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I heard a lot of Be Real in that. You know what I mean? Sound like the kid got some flow. I'd like to hear some more stuff from him personally. You know what I mean? To get into it, you know, because I'm an artist. You feel what I'm saying? So, yes. But yeah, man, definitely, man. And then plus to add on to that, you know, that's Flesh and Bone's guy.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So Flesh has been pushing him and pumping him. And so anybody that's affiliated with my crew, affiliated with my boys, I'm definitely giving the thumbs up to. And I definitely think you should keep it if it got anything to do with my family. They don't make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, listen, that's family. My man right there, he represent Lake Mary, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So that's family.
Come
right
on
there.
now.
That's family all the way around.
Now.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, man.
Goddamn right.
All right, man. Hey, man, listen. Don't do us like Flesh, man. We can't have no profanity.
Oh, I got the first one. I got the first CDC.
My bad.
Don't worry about it, Bizzy. I got the first one. The first one, I got it. After that, I ain't paying.
Hey, listen. Flesh and Bone, he showed us who was the thuggish, ruggish of all.
Yeah, man. That's stack, man. That's stack. You gotta have your finger on the mute button at all times.
Hey, man. Yeah, man.
That big bro Stack right there. That's what I call him. Everybody else call him Flesh. I call him Stack.
Hey.
Stack's bundles.
All right, man. Well, listen, man. Anybody want to? Hey, Minnie, what you think about the track we just played? Should we pump it?
What? Pump it, man. You serious?
I already, man. I'm just going out.
Oh, no, that's
protocol. That's protocol. Anyway, yeah, man. We got anybody want to call in? Let us know, man. 407-646-2915. All right, man. We about to get real live with my man Bizzy Bone. Hey, Bizzy, man. So you started out real strong back in the early 90s, you know what I'm saying, with Bone Thugs and Harmony. You was featured on the Faces of Death, Creeping on the Come Up, East 1999. Now, after this East 1999 album, man, we noticed that you haven't been as cohesive as the rest of the guys as far as group projects. And I said that to mention stuff like on the Mo Thugs, Family Scriptures, basically all of the Mo Thug albums, Flesh and Bones Thugs, things like that you weren't on. And then we get to the Art of War album when the Look Into My Eyes video comes out. Publicly, this is the first time we see something going on where they're like holding up these posters saying, you know, Bizzy Bone, where are you? Or, you know, he's missing or whatnot. What could you tell us about that time frame in your life? What was going on?
Well, you just talked about 9 years. That's a long stretch of time. I think it starts off when Easy E passes away, when I'm ready to own our masters, but being so young, there was a problem with knowing stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a problem with knowing things. Like, why do you know this? Or why do you have to go home and take care of your kids? Or, you know, why do you have to ask about money for shows? Okay. Or why do you have to worry about the money aspect? Just stay in the hotel, smoke what we're giving you, go to the studio when we tell you, we'll feed you, we'll clothe you, we'll do all of these things. And then when you come in and you say, hey, we sold 5 million records. Where's the money? I got to go home to my baby.
Okay.
And they show you this long list of them taking care of you. I mean, the money had to come from somewhere. So they never really let you know these things along the way. So then when you learn it, it's like, you know what? Let me do everything different. Let me move up out of Los Angeles. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Stop letting them pay for this. Stop letting them pay for that. And it's basically smartening up. But because social media wasn't out, and you couldn't really have that day-to-day, daily access and just, no, let me tell you what's really, really, really going on without it being maneuvered or, you know, someone running with a story or he's on drugs or, you know, these kind of things that they're going to say. Mind you, I'm like 18, 19 years old. They were like, I was on drugs, like for real, for real, for real. Like I wasn't asking no questions about the business. And then in 1998, I dropped Thugs Cry. We keeping the lights on it, ruthless, and I ain't effing the boss, looking at me sexy, take your clothes off, but my Dia go soft. Never mix business with your sickness. Enemies see me flipping in the picnic with your little divide and conquer, but my sister was ready to bomb her. Now get off the diz and up off my voice. Me and my boys, give us a choice. How could you ever tell Sony that I was the only one making noise? Ain't it a breach of trust? Look in the gutter. Never judge a book by its cover. Word to the I didn't stutter, but what if I lost it and came in the office when nobody noticed with liquid explosives on top of Versace clothes? Give up the ghost. So what I was basically saying was everything that was happening, and I was saying the words, and I wrote it in my CD so people could see it. So, and at the same time, keep the code with the fellas. Don't make the crew look bad.
Right. It's
just really about business. But when the crew is like, we're going to go with the record label. And I'm like, but the record label's stealing money from them. We don't care. Let the good times roll. I got kids. I got to make sure that the babies I got to at least get some money to send back home so I can let the good times roll. Don't worry about that. You're too young to be a father. But I got kids. So it you know, so it turned in. And I had 4 kids by the time I was 19 years old. Ooh. And Eazy-E was fully aware of all of this. Like, when he was alive, my children were living with me in Los Angeles, along with my baby mom.
Wow.
And then when he passed, the money went crazy. Everybody was on a smash and grab kind of thing. Everybody was reaching here, reaching there, reaching here, reaching there. And we kind of got thrown to the wayside.
Yeah.
And, you know, from that, and I was already not signed because I was underage. Oh. Everybody else in the group was everybody else in the group was already over 18 years old. So I'm there not signed. I'm like, okay, well, wow. So I'm standing in this particular position. So it was like, we gotta go with it because we signed these deals when we were 18.
Okay. Not to cut you off, but I can clearly see. I clearly see the answer to my question now. With your situation, because I was wondering, like, why is your situation different than the rest of the guys? Now I see. Okay, I got that. Perfect. All right. So I left.
How about it?
You know, I love the fact that Bizzy is he's thug. He's straight thug, to it. He's also, you know, funny dude.
He's straight to it.
So I left off talking about the Art of War. I want to talk about the infamous Thug Love song. So the original version to this song was you, artist by the name of Silky Fine, and Tupac. Now, from what I understand, this was supposed to be your solo song off the album, right? Okay. So Bone ultimately decided to turn this into a group version, scrapping Silky Fine and your other raps off the song. The question becomes, how did you and Silky Fine feel about that?
Well, I know Silky Fine didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I know she wasn't happy, baby. But you know, like, you know, that everything you said was super true. And even at a younger age, like, you know, I was a father at a younger age, so I had more of an understanding, you know, towards kids, towards business, towards what's going on in the world. I got people around me that's, you know, like, you know, that's good influences. Like, no, B, this is good. This is good. This is a good version. Everybody should be on it. Because Pac was gone. So it made it. Remember, I did it when Pac was alive. So it would have been cool as a solo joint if he was alive, but he infamously passed on. So the business, Ruthless Records was like, no, we got to get everybody on it. And what member in the group is going to be like, nah, this beat thing, nah, we good. That ain't even how we built.
Right. I got you.
We ain't even built like that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah.
that's the atmosphere. Go ahead.
I was just saying, at the end of the day, man, it was definitely a classic, timeless record.
Oh, yeah,
man.
that's for sure.
You know, I feel, sorry for Silky Fine, but yeah, it was definitely dope, man. So you went on and you did, from my count, 17 solo albums and then a few joint albums. You got, so I want to ask about the solo projects real quick. When you guys do these solo projects, man, is this a lateral move or like, is it kind of like if the group goes platinum, right, as a group, and you guys have to divide that? Is that almost equivalent to like if you do your own record and it just goes gold? Is it something like that type of deal?
Pretty much. You know, the more the financial issue is always, you know, if you're on your own and you're selling a lot of records, then of course you get a more bulk majority of the share. Mm-hmm. But right. You know, that's in the mechanicals, that's in the artist royalties, that's in the ASCAP, that's in the sound exchange and different things that, you know, those different things, right? So, okay. You know, like, for sure, like if you're doing everything on your own, then you definitely, if it's just you and a producer, then you're definitely getting more of the finances, for sure. And when you say lateral move, do you mean all of us doing it together as one and everybody gets a piece off of it? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like, basically what I'm saying is, like, is it almost equivalent to, like, okay, so you guys could go platinum or triple platinum, whatever it is, but you guys have to divide that up. It's like 5 of y'all got a big group, so y'all have to divide that. So is it, when I say lateral, I mean, like, is that equivalent to, like, okay, yeah, you might not, as a solo artist in a solo project, you might not go platinum, but let's just say you sold 400 million or I mean, you sold, you know, you went gold. Let's say you went gold. Is that equivalent to what you would be getting is your portion from, you know, doing it with the group?
It's more.
Oh, it'd be more. Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
There's way more.
Okay, so
Hell
now
yeah.
I'm starting to get an idea of why you guys do so many solo projects, because I'm like, thinking like, man, you guys are going quadruple platinum as a group. Why don't y'all just stick to doing stuff as a group? So I see where you're going with it. Okay, I got you.
Well, you know, it's like this is a different environment than the other environments have ever been. Right now, the words that you're saying make total and complete sense. But back then, it was more of, you know, you got a lot of people that don't have, you know, either the talent or the wherewith in order to do certain things. So they're holding on to their talent, even if they have to hold them back on certain, you know, particular time.
Right.
So it's a whole lot more than just making more. It's who you working with. Like we could make more of as a group if the person that's in charge of the label behind the group is not hiding money. And not and man, look, man, the game was really, 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 really bad for a very, very, very long time. And so but solely on the money issues, it was never that. With Bone, it was just really putting music together and coming up with really good stuff. Like with the Mo Thug stuff, they had something good going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't want to mess anything up. Because at that time, I was just bailing with a huge security team. And when anybody messed up in Mo Thug, I was coming in town to set them straight. And that was my place in Mo Thug. And so my part wasn't on, because I took all the Eazy-E security guards, because they ain't had nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm paying all of them. I'm moving, I'm mobbing with them. And that was my thing. You know what I mean? For Mo Thug. And then I branched off when I couldn't make decisions, you know, as far as what artist should go first, what artist should go second, what artist should be this. I said, we need to do Soulja Boy and we need to do Cat Cody.
Bro, listen.
We need to do Soulja Boy. We need to do Cat Cody off the rip. The compilation albums are dope. Ghetto Cowboy, that's dope. All Good, that's dope. Soulja Boy, Felicia, all of them, dope. But everything else I think should come after them. And I was kind of like told, well, you really don't make no decision. I'm like, well, I'm not finna have these niggas, having these young brothers and sisters wanting to kill me because all I'm doing is whooping on their head when they calling out to these people in Sony or they calling out to these people in LA and Universal and they trying to figure out is Mo Thug treating them right. So that's when you give me the call and I'm driving down with my boys and we like, all right, who did it? And I'm just taking off and I'm firing and, y'all standing over them like, y'all, nobody betrayed the company, blase skit. So that was kind of what that was. And I never really found time to be a part of any of the songs on Mo Thug after that because it was, none of them really liked me because I was whooping on their head.
Man, I'm so glad you shared that story because we interviewed Soulja Boy and we interviewed Felicia. They both told me that I would have to ask you directly why you weren't on the Mo Thug record. So that right there, I'm really glad you answered that without me asking. Man, so my thing with Bone is, I always felt like Bone was like a more of a united we stand, divided we fall type of group. I feel like the magic in Bone is within the harmony. I feel like that was you guys' strength, the cohesiveness of it. Would you agree to that?
Totally agree with that. Totally.
For sure. So I want to talk. So now I kind of want to talk about this internal B. Ooh, let's see. Let's take this call and see what we got going.
If it's my baby mama, I ain't got it.
Yo, Surreal Talk Radio, you live.
Hey man, I just want to let y'all know that that track you just played, who was it? It was Acid Rain by Bizzy Bone. You said, right?
Bizzy Bone, yes sir.
Oh my God! I just want to let you know I've only heard like maybe 1 or 2 songs from that dude, and let me tell you, his flow is like none other. I'm looking forward to hearing more. So if you guys happen to have any more tracks of his, and be sure to play it, because man, I'm really digging it.
All right, brother. We got the Bone queued up too. Y'all stick around for that. We gonna play it. All right, brother. Appreciate your call though.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, peace. All right, so yeah, I was wanting to talk about a question that comes from the fans concerning internal beef. They say, when I say they, I'm talking about Bone. They say that you are the problematic one in the group, and the fans want to know what's the problem, and are you getting paid differently from the rest of the guys?
I don't know what era they would be talking about, to be totally honest. And it really depends on the era and what stigma is placed on the era, you know what I'm saying, or the era that they may be talking about, because I've been able to, kind of be vocal and open about, hey, this is what's going on. We were on the road 11 years, after what everyone is talking about. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is really talking about 98, 99, 2000, and we've been on the road since 2003, 2004, straight through 2013. Every single solitary year consecutively. And Flesh, he got out in 2009, and we've been on the road since he got out too. So beforehand and during when he got out. So it just seems like people are, stuck in a bubble of a particular era and not looking at the entire 33 years we've actually been doing this. They're looking at about maybe 3 or 4 years. And then, people got to understand, we wasn't on Ruthless that long, Okay. And I left before Ruthless had the opportunity to not pick up the group any longer. And then when we got back on the road, the label was just like, how are y'all still surviving? So the fact that, we're not buried, the fact that we had to come together in order to not be buried, nobody is doing anything from the 90s if you really peeping it. So the fact that we had to come together as one, we had to sit down and talk because all we had was each other because wasn't no labels checking, wasn't no labels trying to holler, and the game was in a transition of moving to streaming and different things of that nature. So it was a whole lot of groundwork that each artist had to do just to make sure things were going right and he was getting all of his residuals. So I just think it's an error confusion what people are talking about. Some of them are really talking about before they were born.
Yeah, okay. That's definitely, that's for the, what is that thing called? The BTNH board or something like that, the Bone board. So hopefully y'all got y'all answer out of that. It made sense to me. I respect it. So now I definitely want to talk about this infamous Instagram shotgun story.
Oh, Lord. It wasn't a shotgun. I thought it was a musket.
It was that thing was a bazooka. All right, so this was the Migos and the 21 Savage. You had issues with these brothers back in the a while back, and you was basically defending Bone, and it seemed like you was like basically a solo artist at the time, but defending the group. This all stemmed from a comment that was made, I think, from Migos saying they were the greatest hip hop group of all times. My question turns to you. Could you give us your top 3 greatest hip hop groups of all times? I know you're gonna have Bone as number 1.
All right, first and foremost, that was during the time when we were all on the road. I stepped off the road at 2019, right before COVID. So from 2007 all the way up until 2018, we were together on the road constantly. So that timeline is, so me standing up was on behalf of everybody.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Because it was really because the young man said he was going to sleep with my homeboy's wife.
Ooh.
And
yeah.
Then a whole bunch of other, malarkey, because they didn't say anything to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whack 100 said some things, and all of that stuff got hashed out, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, they said something to Lay. And then, so anyway, I was just feeling it on one. It didn't really have nothing to do with them in particularly. I was just on IG, and, I'm in an open carry state. So I was just on one. You know what I'm saying?
So
I was just on one that night.
Now, was it a rifle or was it a musket? Can we get that straight? Was it a shotgun, a rifle, a musket? Was it an AR-15? Can we get that straight?
It was about 4 or 5 different up.
Bizzy was up, boy.
No. Ultimately, it was the musket that got
I knew it was the musket. But I recognize a musket when I see one, boy. I try to tell you, my granddaddy had one of them things.
Bizzy had turned Mo Murder with Elmer Fudd.
You know what I'm talking about? He had to prep it up. Well, he got 3 shots in it.
I love Mo Murder. That's one of my joint right
What?
Yo, man, I got sidetracked with Mo Murder, man. That threw me in a whole different direction. All right, so listen, man, we definitely some of these. Oh no! Before I can't let you slide like that, Bizzy. I gotta get this. I gotta get this top 3 greatest hip hop.
Oh yeah. Please.
Uh-huh.
What you say, brother? What's the top 3 hip hop groups of all time
for you?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
I got it with the surreal moment. Let's do it.
Like, if you like to listen to, what would you listen to if you had to pick 3 groups that you had to listen to?
Hey, man, listen, don't try to help him, brother.
Like, just try to help a little bit. It's busy, man.
Like, let me see, like NWA.
Yes,
got him.
Ghetto Boys.
Ooh, okay. All right,
yes, sir.
So you said NWA, Ghetto Boys, and who?
Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yes. Oh, wow. Ooh. Yes, sir.
Hip-hop. Okay.
That's hip-hop.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Man. All right, I see you. I hear you, man. That's what's up. All right, so now you know what, man? Everybody would be, man, people would be 38 hot if I didn't ask you nothing about this 3-6 Mafia versus that went down. Classic, man. It's probably the greatest verses that ever happened, man. Brother, y'all withheld some hits on this joint, man. The first of the month, the Points joint from the Panther soundtrack. Bro, the question becomes, do you feel like y'all gave y'all best, in your opinion, in that verses?
I mean, when you got like a discography like we have, it's just like, brother, we getting paid money like we just put it out a week ago. Like, the residuals are crazy.
Speak on
that's
it.
how I'm able to not do shows or any of that and do what I want to do, because it's just it's crazy, and it's coming every quarterly. You know what I mean? So it's
flex
so
with it, man.
much.
Stick your chest out. I hear you, brother.
Put me on a skater song.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna do that.
Like
I want you to say that again, because these brothers think these new jits is coming.
Oh, they
out.
don't know they got them paper. Yeah,
they think
old heads broke. Yeah.
Man, look, man, like straight up, it's crazy. So it's like, I feel like I think the people expected me to do a lot more Jada Kiss. I think that's what the people really, really wanted, more so than.
No, hold up, bro. I gotta stop you,
it was
dog.
gonna be.
Hey, Bizzy, I gotta stop you, man.
That would have been fire though.
But what you did and what Jadakiss did.
Word. But that would have been fire if he would have went off Jada.
My man threw a water bottle. Anyways, man, let's move on.
It's busy, man. You knew that was gonna pop off.
Bizzy Bone threw a water. Anyway, okay. So this is my personal opinion about that thing there, that whole Versuz. I had it. I ain't gonna lie, man. Crazy Bone, he's my favorite member of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Ain't gonna lie to you, but Crazy Bone walked off the stage, man, when that happened. And I had an issue with that. I want to ask you, Bizzy, man, and I understand if you want to skip this question, but I want to ask you, bro, how did you feel about that?
I didn't feel no kind of way about it. You know, I grew up with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know what I'm dealing with, who I'm dealing with, how I'm dealing with it. And, you know, a lot of the stuff ain't for me to be talking about. You know, a lot of the stuff is for people to make their assessments, make their evaluation for what it is. You know, for that like, man, I'm a little bit more, I'm mature. You know what I'm saying? So my thought process is, protect the group, protect the fellas, and don't be, misled. And the things that I would say at 20 is not what I would say right now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? What I would feel at that time is, and I do understand what you're saying because I've heard this question a lot before, but yeah, I don't think this is left. It was a left right here, sir. Or the next one. The next one. You could do the next one. Yeah, next. But yeah, so yeah, I don't feel no kind of way about that. You know, we handled our business. I was able to talk to Swizz when I got out there, because I was heavy up there. Like it could have really went down.
We see. No, I was just saying, bro.
No, when I say I was heavy up there, I mean like I was like I had it on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
no, like for real. So when I walked off,
all right, Bizzy. I think we should. Let's go to the next question. But I would just say, bro, like for real, man. Like if my family or my dogs was into it like that, bro, I couldn't walk off stage like that. It just wouldn't went down like that on my end. But it is what it is.
I understand.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I want to ask a few more questions here, man. Blaze, man. You did the Carbon Monoxide album, and you found this producer Blaze, and kind of like reinvented yourself, sort of say. Kind of reminds me of what Nas did with Hit Boy.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good one.
Man. I want to talk about this for a second, man. So Blaze, brother, are you still working with this guy, or what's up with that?
It was just a great thing, like he was a part of, like you're saying, the BT&H board. I believe he runs a thing called the Bone Cult. He's always been a fan of the crew. You know what I'm saying? He's always loved Bone Thugs. And he's always had insight on what he feels as though Bone Thugs and Harmony should sound like.
Oh, yeah.
He like, y'all should do things like this and y'all should do things like that. So that's how we initially hooked up. And I was like, yeah, man, that's exactly how it should be done. But can you do it?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can you make that happen? Like, I hear you talking, but can you make it happen? He was like, give me a chance, and I'll show you. So I gave him that chance. And I met him through, one of my management team, of course. And, it just became a great relationship. But like all good things, the old saying, all good things sometimes must come to an end.
Facts.
Yeah.
And sometimes people have to spread their wings and fly. And so that's kind of like that. But we still cool. We still eating off of the, I make sure he get paid.
Yeah, man, that was a classic project, man. That was like one of in my personal opinion, one of your best projects there. And ever since then, man, it's just like I said with Nas, bro. Like I feel like you just got a second win, and I mean the music you putting out now. I'm gonna get to it, but the music you putting out now, man, is like on another lyrical level, on a whole different. I mean, this is all my personal opinion,
right.
But I feel like the lyrics is on another level. I feel like the style, everything has just been amped since that situation. In my opinion. I want to talk about, man, some of this stuff. There's talks about Bone Legacy projects and stuff like that going around. I want to ask the major question. has there ever been any talks about a collaboration with Eminem?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's been 1,000 of those talks. Like it's been 1,000 of those throughout the years.
I mean directly with Eminem.
No, I've only talked to Dre about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like thousands of talks. It's just a matter of, you know, like me, Em is in charge of, you know, his whole career.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, it sounds great.
Yeah.
But, you know, if the stars were to align in that, it would just have to be something everybody wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always in. I'm always in to match wits. I'm always in to match lyrics. I'm always in like nothing. No artists out here scare me,
bruh.
Like no artist. I won't turn down nobody.
I'm glad we going this way with it, bro. Because I feel like Eminem been practicing to do a Bone song the way that
listen, with that rap god and all that. Yeah, man.
I feel like he just practicing to get it right for when it does happen. So he did that. So he dropped the Eminem challenge. And you accepted the Eminem challenge. The question becomes, brother, what inspired you to do this Eminem challenge rap you did?
I ain't gonna lie, Blaze.
Okay.
Blaze came to me about it. He was like, yo, B, man, you should do this little thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, man, I'll do it. Why not? But I didn't know what the challenge even consisted of.
Yeah.
I didn't know he wanted me to say the same thing he said because, you know, I'm a professional. Wait a minute, that's your publishing. Wait a minute.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
ain't nobody biting?
You know, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? I'm using my ticker. And so, you know, like, but I didn't know that at first regardless. So I just did my thing and then they put it to the beat.
Yeah.
And it sounded good and so on and so forth. And then Twister went in and went crazy.
Twister,
like,
woo.
I'm trying to tell you,
like
boy.
Twister, man, where he went in there and he did that while picking his nails. It was that.
That was crazy. You know what, brother? Since I wasn't even gonna go here with it, but I'm glad you brought up Twister, man. That song you did, the Money song, you and Twister, that joint, sick, man. I'm like,
yeah, we had to do that.
Woo.
I had a song on there with X. I had a song on there with Good Charlotte. I had a song on there with Ross.
Pitbull.
I had a song on there with Jim Jones. So that album in general was all the way up. For real.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was just listening to that other day. That joint with Pitbull.
We need another Twister joint though. We need you and Twister, another Bizzy Bone and Twister though.
Yeah,
wow.
busy twisting. Crazy. That's some crazy stuff. All right, so Will, you brought up Dre a minute ago. Can we ever expect to hear Bone Thugs and Harmony on a Dr. Dre beat?
I don't know. I think that's up to Uncle Dre. Like, I be on him though, like all the time. Like everything that the fans say, everything that everybody feeling, I'm feeling it with everybody, and I'm that artist that's on that creative level. Like, yo, we should do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own studio. Everybody got their own space. Everybody got their own money.
Yeah.
It don't require nothing but a little bit of time and energy. So I'm that guy, man. And it's just the other people involved don't want it to happen, can't make it happen, or don't buy, you know, it's something hindering it, but it's never BB. Like, I'm always in. I'm always trying to do something fire like that. Like, always. A group record as well. Same exact thing. You know, like I'm always pushing to do something for the entire crew. Always pushing for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, man, I've been putting out consecutive records, you know, every year for 5 years now.
Sure enough.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm mixing it. I'm mastering it. I'm producing it. I'm doing all of that. Like, you feel me, all by myself. So with 4 other people, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be a big problem. It'd be a little bit easy.
Right. You would think, right?
Hey, man, you gotta love Bizzy, man. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'm totally in total agreement with that. So I want to talk about some more current things you got going on. The Jam TV thing you do with the family, man. Are you still doing that? I caught it, you know, in the last couple of years. Are you still doing that?
Always, man. That's something I wanted to do for my son, you know what I mean, and have him open him up something for he can have when he gets a little bit older for entertainment just in general. And it's been going really, really good. Really good. It's me being in my lane, man. I'm able to be act my age and share my truth and all that other stuff. So, yes, it's my lane, for real.
It's definitely lovely to see, man, because, you know, we grew up with the Thug and now we get to see, you know, Busy is the family man on the other side. You know what I'm saying? We hear the music, so we still hear that you still, you know, coming with it on the music tip. I definitely wanted to ask about the next generation of Bone with Lil Bizzy and Bloodline Harmony. You know what I'm saying? What can we look forward to with the next generation of Bone?
Oh man, we're gonna knock out a couple of more of the records that we've been doing, and you know, not really shock the people too much. Like just as far as, you know, changing up or somebody jumping out and doing a solo record just now. But that's the ultimate goal, the ultimate aim. Reintroduce my son, a little Busy, to the table on his solo stuff. That's why he's got 4 or 5 solo joints on these projects. And my son, Bone, being on the road with me, YBL Sinatra constantly on the road with me, and really getting his show legs in order. My son is really heavy into Twitch. So we get his gaming center put together and, you know, gutting that whole thing out. He already got, you know, he's got like 20, 30,000 subscribers. So he's already got people coming out, playing games with him and different things of that nature. So that's kind of like his lane. And I'm kind of letting them lead and you know, what it is that they want to do, because they innovative and they got their ear to the streets because they are young. So I'm just being smart with it. And Pop is just supporting them 1,000%. And just being a father, you know, more than anything, like, I got y'all, you know, don't run, walk.
Yeah.
You're already here. Just walk. Put out great music and just walk. And that's what I've been doing. And like right now, ain't nobody able to see Lil Busy right now. Lil Busy so cold, it don't make no sense. This boy is a hyena.
Bro, listen,
this boy is
I heard him
crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so the album that you the most recent album you dropped, is it I Am Busy or I'm Getting Busy, something like that?
No, I'm busy. Yeah,
I'm busy. Okay, so the I'm Busy album, you didn't have no other features on there besides your son, correct?
That's it.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy, man. I'm listening to the album, I'm like, Busy, killing it, and then all of a sudden I hear this other voice, and I'm like, who is this? And then I'm like, okay, well, now that I listen into it, it's Busy, Lil Busy and everything. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, and it's a beautiful thing that you feature him like that. You know what I mean? Kind of pass the baton, and it's like like midway through the album, it's just like you kind of just pass the torch to him.
That's how we're doing it. Yeah, because the youth is the future, so I wanted to give them that love that they like, the new BB that they're enjoying as my style is elevating, and some of that new stuff for later on. Like, I'm making music for Generation Alpha, man. I'm making music for the next generation after the next generation. Like, I'm not, and so that's kind of like what I did. So yeah, make a long story short, yes indeed, I appreciate that.
For sure, man. That was a beautiful thing, brother. I'm gonna let you get up out of here soon, man. I got 2 more questions.
Let me slide in here. Pause. Let me slide in. Pause. By the way, basically, once again, this is Mini Mac, aka Mini Bone. Now, what I would like to give you your props and your flowers. By the way, this, I don't mean to bring a damper to this interview, but I literally had to basically unplug one of my best friends on Sunday, because he basically passed away on Sunday, and I forgot that I had this interview. And the first thing I went home and listened to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I forgot I had this interview. So that's the first thing I did. Went and listened to Crossroads, listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony, lit one up, listen to Buddha Lovers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then halfway through, I'm like, yo, I'm about to interview Busy, so I wanted to give you my flowers, because you to this day, you still putting me through my tough times in life. So thank you for that, brother, and thank you, Bone Thugs and Harmony, for all those songs that put people through tough times like I'm going through right now. So I do appreciate that, for real.
Oh yeah, man.
Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. Is just like, that's our mark on this world. Like Lay says it all the time. We did our job, B. We just coasting at this point.
That's a fact.
I'm like, you right. So yeah, definitely, man. That's what's up. But really, I take that to heart.
That's a fact. And another thing, how, let's put it into sports perspective. Let's say you are an athlete and you playing basketball and your son is an athlete, and there's that one day where your son finally gets you on the court. Has your son ever got you on the wax? Has he ever got you one yet that you was like, ooh, boy, I'm gonna have to do my verse again?
Well, as my style elevates, his does. So I think it's like, when I get on the phone and I hit him with lyrics and verses, and he, he takes little pieces and parts and things of that nature. So, but as a father, you always want your sons to surpass you.
Facts.
You always want your children to go further. If you watch any movies, if you know anything of integrity, you're always going to say, I want you to become greater than I.
Facts.
So I'm waiting on the day, but it's just we elevate each other. I ain't gonna lie. It's been some things that, YB, Lil Bone, that he helped elevate me on. So it's like hand in hand right now. It's like we're helping each other. You know what I'm saying? Grow and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of like the vibe. So, but I do hear what you're saying, and I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope people think that at minimum.
Yes,
like,
sir.
Hey, man, he might be a little bit better. I hope so. You goddamn right. I hope so.
Right. Yes, sir.
Man, that is a beautiful thing, brother, for real. Man, that is, bro, listen. I want to slide in with my favorite Bizzy Bone song.
There you go.
That's what I want to do. I definitely want to. I told Flesh about his, and I want to tell you yours, man, because we trying to get all y'all on here.
Okay.
Demons surround me all the time.
Ooh.
That is my favorite Bizzy Bone song. Like, bro, you went into a whole different. You went in your bag on that one.
That seemed personal.
Hey, no, I love it, bro. That song right there, man. Bro, what is your favorite song that you've ever recorded?
I don't know if I found it just yet, but I got a lot of favorite ones. I love Fake Love.
Ooh.
I think that just exemplifies who I am. I like stuff on the new record, and I try not to go too much into the past. Of course, Friday is one of them ones. It's a classic, Thug's Cry. That's a classic.
Classic, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cry, yeah.
So I love those too. You know what I mean? So it's really hard because, I look at it when I stop doing it, I'm going to probably look at my whole discography and be like, okay, this was the one, BB.
Yeah.
It could
Right.
be, it could be the Project song what I did with the Eddie Murphy Claymation. It could be, it could be anything. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, so yeah, definitely, man. I got a couple of them that I really, really like. Jesus Saves. I love that one.
Singing one, yeah.
I did that one too. So go ahead.
I want to try to make sure I squeeze this in, man, before we run out of time. The I am Busy tour. Gotta know if you coming to Orlando, man. That's where we at.
Please say yes.
Yeah, man, definitely. We're working on our Orlando dates and our Miami dates, and we're getting that taken care of for late July. So we're on it right now as we speak. We got about 25 dates so far that we have booked, and we're just steady moving. We're steady moving.
Sir.
So I'm keeping my fingers crossed with you.
How's the tour going so far?
Going super terrific. You know what I mean? We had a real big dog show, you know what I'm saying, that we did, Notorious Bullies. We got the Ice Cube show coming up.
Woo.
We got we're headlining the Staples Center, the old Staples Center.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's coming up, so that's Crush Groove. So it's going really, really good. I have literally no complaints. I'm able to mix in some of the group stuff and we get reacclimated and, just taking advantage of all my stuff and keeping my babies, on the forefront, because that's ultimately my inspiration and why I get up in the morning to want to do it. Because, instead of just, being tired or something of that nature, they inspire me.
Sir.
For sure, man. That's what's up.
The evolution of Bizzy Bone, baby.
On the I Am Busy tour, are you touring with anyone else?
YBL, it's like different guest appearances, but my son YBL,
Okay.
and a couple other artists. But we got Cube on the date, we got Be Real on the date, we got the Dog Pound on some dates, we got just a lot of different people on this entire tour. Like, I'm gonna be posting it up and everything, but I got a nice amount of people on there. It's going well. It's going really, really well. I'm really, really happy. Real professional and. Really, really good. Really good.
Nice.
For sure. All right, brother, I got 2 minutes. You rap fast. You can do this. I'm going to play a game with you right quick, man. First thing to come to mind when I say Crazy Bone.
Genius.
Wishbone.
Heart and soul.
Flesh Bone.
Crazy.
Okay. I'm finna hit him. Twister.
Fast rapper, good artist.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, there you go.
As thug as it gets.
Easy E.
Easy.
Easy. The godfather of gangster rap.
Yes, sir.
Man, we gotta definitely give a big shout out to Easy, man. There would be no Bone. It would be no a lot of
A
rappers.
lot of things wouldn't be without Easy, boy.
That's right, man. Much respect to Easy. Hey, man, before we get up out of here, brother, I definitely want to give you time to give your shout-outs, man. Let your people know you love them, man. We definitely going to get your song on in this next hour when we play music from around the way. But give your shout-outs, man, and we appreciate having you on the show.
Hey, man, I just appreciate you guys, man. Whatever has Bone Thug's name on it, make sure that you guys are affiliated with it, man. The new tour is coming up, man. I'm Busy tour, man, with the new single that y'all about to hear. It's called Big Things, and YBL Sinatra, YBL_Sinatra, my son of a legend, my other son, Lil Busy, and Mr. McCain, mine. I am Bizzy Bone, man. Bone Thugs in Harmony, baby, and Jam TV. Let's go.
Bizzy Bone, thank you so much for doing our show, brother. We are finna get this Big Things popping on the next hour. First song on the deck. Y'all stick around for that. Stick around for music from around the way with DJ Rogue. Bizzy Bone, man. We gonna holler at you, man. Thank you so much.
Much
brother.
love.
God bless you. Great interview, buddy.
All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Peace.
Yeah.